Good morning. It's about 5:30 a.m. So I'm going to be a little bit quiet, which is my normal MO anyway. You ever wake up after sleeping and you have these dreams that you continue to have, and you're trying to piece them together and figure them all out? And I know it's like my past and things that I've been through and things that I'm going through now and the future that lies ahead of me. It's all kind of built in subconscious, and it's all interacting in the background. And it seems like I have lately a lot of reoccurring dreams where I'm spending a lot of time with dead people. My father, people from high school who I haven't seen in quite a long time. A recent dream that I just had this morning, why I'm up at 5:30. Just really kind of put life into perspective. It's the dream that I had was about a friend of mine named Chris Marshall, who recently passed away, I guess this year or maybe last year. Same age, same grade in school. And the dream essentially was me hanging out with him, talking with him, because I did a lot of that when I was in high school. We used to hang out a lot. We talked a lot, even though we weren't hanging out exclusively. But the time we did spend together was a lot of it was a lot of quiet time. It was a lot of one-on-one time. And maybe it's the fact that he passed away and I heard about it, and of course I take it pretty deeply either way when someone passes away. One of my other friends, Sean Cannon, passed away a couple years ago. Again, same age. And it just kind of, it's those little moments that grab me. It's the little moment when my dad passed away 10 or 12 years ago that really grab me and pull me in and kind of remind me, like, hey, you've got some stuff to do here. Yeah, you're not going to be here forever, but the time you have right now is very important. It's critical. It's critical to take advantage of it and not take advantage of it in the fact that I should work, and like bring myself to the point of exhaustion for whatever purpose that's not really my purpose, but more so the fact that there's things that I need to accomplish, that I need to take care of, that are important and should be over prioritized. And that seed is really what drives like the little things in my life, not the great big things, not the big overarching aspirations of what I want to do and career and like all that, but the little tiny little things like putting the toilet seat down, like picking up trash, like washing the two dishes that are in the sink. And they seem like such stupid little things, but those stupid little things are the habits that allow me to complete the day and feel fulfilled, like to feel like I've actually done what my purpose is as a human being, as a man on this planet. And it directly feeds into like the people that I love and care about, the most important things in my life, those silly little tasks. So yeah, I was basically in the dream with him we were hanging out a few times here and there, not exclusively again, just here and there, talking to a couple other friends, and he had had some issues with some job stuff, and he was trying to reshape his life. And I told him, like, you can just, because he wanted to go back and go to school and do some college and do like a year of college and do this thing to transition into, to go into a new career. And I was like, you can literally just sign up for the reserves and go, the Army Reserve or whatever, military, Army Reserve was the first thing that popped in my mind. I was like, you can sign up for the reserves, go do 2 or 3 years, let them pay for your college, and get experience if you happen to get the particular job that feeds into what you want to do, and get paid for it while you're doing it, and then go and do what you want to do, and in between you can actually work and like take on long orders and cover expenses and like things like that. I was like, it's really, for me, it's a no-brainer. Yeah, it's military service, but I've done it all. Like, I've done all the military service already, and I understand, at least I understood at that point, like what I was saying to him. And so, but in the back of my mind, I had this like thought, like, he's going to die anyway. Like, within a year, he's going to die anyway. So then I tried to explain to him, like, hey, you know, the most important thing is like your family's safe, your kids and your wife are safe, everybody's taken care of. If you can cover your expenses, if you can dial back your expenses so that they're not overwhelming, because also his family, his mother and father had a farm like right around the corner from where he lives, and that was an option to go and work there and take over that or whatever, but it wasn't his passion, it wasn't what he wanted to do. And I remember he said yes, and he was like, that actually sounds like a really smart idea, let me go and take that path and go down that path of the military. And of course, he was in his 40s, and it seems kind of ridiculous, but at the same time, it wasn't ridiculous. And he was a little bit overweight, which also seemed a little ridiculous for me to tell him to go join the military, but it's a dream. That's the way dreams work. They're a little bit ridiculous sometimes. So he went, and I remember I was with him through his basic training, and there was one point in the basic training where they had to do something with weaponry, and the weird thing was the weapons that they were shooting were muskets, or some kind of musket where it was like a ball, and they were shooting muskets. And the idea was hit the target, etc. And he actually did really, really well and hit the target really well. But for some reason, when he was downrange, meaning looking at the target, there were still like musket balls flying through the air overhead, which was strange to me. But needless to say, he was there, he was like crouched down on the ground, looking at the target, trying to figure out where his musket ball hit. And at some point, I guess the drill instructor told him, like, everybody clear out, everybody get off the range. And he was the only one still sitting there. And at some point, a musket ball like caught him. I think it was like maybe in the shoulder or in the back or something like that. And I don't remember exactly what the injury was, or if there even was really a serious injury. But I remember going back and talking to his mom and telling her, like, hey, you know, something happened. I just want to let you know, like, I feel a little bit responsible because I told him to go do the thing, but also he chose to do the thing. And then I woke up. And I woke up to a message from my son an hour before I woke up, which would have been 4:30 a.m., which is pretty early. Maybe he stayed up late. I don't know. But basically, all the message said was, "Hey, when you wake up, can you give me a call when you have some time today?" That's it. That's the only message I got. And so in that is like a lot of stuff packed into that. Like, you get a message at 4:30 from your son that literally just says that. And me and my son talk a lot. Like, we talk on a regular basis. He's 20 now, so he's doing his own thing and like figuring out his life. And he's still my baby boy, but my daughter's 18. Like, they're still kids to me, but because I know what it was like to be 18 and 20, and I remember how immature I still was at that age. But yeah, it's just strange. Like, I guess the point is, I'm hearing these voices in my head, in my sleep, in my dreams, from people who have already passed and gone, some at a very, very early age, and others at later stages in their life. And I spend a lot of time with these people in my dreams. And I find that strange. Like, I don't hear a lot of people talking about that. Like, maybe a grandfather or like something like that once in a while will come up in your dreams, but the reoccurring theme in my dreams is like people who have passed away and me spending time with them, just regular spending time, not spending time with them because they're sick or on their deathbed, but vibrantly spending time with them in their happiness, in their regular life struggles, in their regular day-to-day. It's nothing spectacular. Like, we're not doing like crazy stuff. We're just hanging out and having conversations. And to me, what it's telling me is like, hey, things may be going good, or they may be going other than good, or whatever, however life may be going right now. But you always need to keep, I'm telling myself this, you always need to keep this thing in the back of your head to remind you, like, you've only got a certain amount of time. And you need to be really, really particular with how you spend that time. And you need to be really, really, even more so, particular with how you don't spend that time. Meaning saying no to a ton of stuff. And it sounds really cliche, like you've probably heard it on the internet somewhere. These people who do these speaking gigs and have these like influencer audiences, and they talk about life skills and life stuff. And of course, I subscribe to a ton of that information as well. But I also subscribe to it with a filter of my own, which is my own thoughts, my own ideas, my own perspective on life. So yeah, it's just a reminder to myself that really anything can happen. Like, to tomorrow I can wake up and things could be all screwed up. And tomorrow may be the day. But today I'm here. And today I have time. And today I have an ability to influence the sphere of influence that I have access to, which, whether it's one person or three people, directly in my family, or if it's a small group outside of that, or if it's a bigger audience of 10,000, 15,000, 100,000, a million people. Like, the audience really doesn't matter. The impact of what you say and do does. So perform like you're performing for an audience of a million, even if the reality is you're performing for an audience of one. And treat every day like that. Why? Because the happiness and virtue that you're going to experience in life and over on your deathbed is the happiness and experience of doing the right thing at the right time for the right people in the right way. Virtuous things, things that are honorable. We know honor from the military. We know that's part of our ethos. But maybe we don't carry that into our normal day-to-day life. It's a professional ethos. Not everybody takes it in as a personal ethos. And so, I guess with that, I'll wrap it and say, just keep it in the back of your head. Keep it in the back of your mind that you've only got a certain amount of time here on this planet. It may be 20 years, it may be 60 years, it may be 2 years. But you're diagnosed with a death sentence from the day you were born. It's just a matter of time till you get to that point. And it's not some morbid thought like waking up every day thinking about death and like drawing, you know, the Grim Reaper on my notebook every day. It's really not like that. It's more of just that subtle reminder in the back of your head. The same subtle reminder that you get when you see a pile of laundry on the floor and you're like, probably need to do the laundry. This is the subtle reminder that you probably need to do the laundry of your life. Like, there's a pile of clothes laying around in your life somewhere that need to be tended to, and you should go tend to those today. Carve out the 20 minutes it takes to put them in the washing machine, and then the other 20 minutes it takes to fold them and put them away. Do the laundry of your life today. Pick up that pile of clothes today. Wash them, fold them, put them away. If for no other reason, just to declutter a little and know that you're doing the right thing for the right reason and doing it in an honorable and virtuous way.